Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. O Lord, please lead us from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge, from unreality to the reality, from the mortality to the immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, as you all know, we were discussing from the previous week on the text called Aparokshanubhuti, that is, the immediate realization of the self, the immediate knowledge of the self. This preliminary text, Prakarana Grantha, authored by Adi Shankaracharya, the greatest, the renowned philosopher who comes from India of non-dualistic school, that is Advaita Vedanta. Swami Vivekananda discussed, and he also gave many talks about this non-dualistic philosophy, Advaita Vedanta, in the world at large, and especially in the US and also in the London, of course. We were discussing about Aparokshanubhuti and we had an introduction. And just first shloka, we had started to understand. This time, our today class, I was thinking, let me go little deep, taking every word of the shloka, based on your perception, based on the feedback from the listeners. Then I will continue in the forthcoming class. Whether should I go in the similar way, in a deep manner, taking every word of the shloka, or just a running meaning, or giving the just outlines of the philosophy, or outlines, just a running meaning, and a little explanation about the shloka or about the tenets of Vedantic philosophy. Sriharim Paramanandam Upadeshtaramishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyaham. Namamyaham, Namami Aham. I shall bow down to him. Whom? Tam. Sri Harim. I shall bow down to Sri Hari. That is Vishnu. And what is his nature? Who is he? Paramanandam is the nature of supreme bliss, the everlasting supreme bliss. And Ishwaram, and is Ishvara, is the Lord of the universe, Upadeshtaram, and is the Guru among the Gurus, or is the first teacher of the world. And Vyapakam Sarvalokanam is pervading in every world, or is all pervasive, and is present everywhere. For that, and is also Karana, is the cause, is the source for all the worlds. Now, let me take every word and let me try to discuss every meaning in detail. Tam namami aham, I shall bow down to the Lord. Some of us may ask, or some of us may get doubt, why should we do prayer? Why should we remember God? Because everything depends on our karma. Because everything depends on our action. Because everything depends on our will about our labor. Then why should we pray to God? What is the use? What is the significance? What is the logic behind it? In the present life or in the previous lives, we might have done good karma and as well as bad karma. The result of good actions is virtue, and the result of bad actions is sin. We all know. Today I may be good comparatively. I would like to do good work. I would like to start some good work, no doubt. But due to the result of past actions which may be wrong in nature, and the result will be sinful, which will come as an obstacle to all my good actions. I would like to build an house, I may get an obstacle. I would like to write a book, I may get obstacle. I would like to pursue higher education, I may get obstacle. I would like to do some meditation and uplift my mind, I may get obstacles. Why? Because of my past actions in the present life or in the previous lives. So, to remove it, to neutralize it, and to get more and more energy, positive energy, we need divine grace. We need the grace of divine, higher power, highest power. So we have to pray. So we have to do bhajans, devotional singing, prayers. You may belong to any religion, or if not, just you can have a universal prayer. Oh Lord, please bless me. Please shower your blessings on me so that I shall complete this task, whatever I've taken. Let me not live in the middle of the work, whatever the obstacles may come, whatever the problems may come. So, such prayer will help us to chuck the or increase our willpower to overcome the obstacles in our life. That's why we need to do the prayer. Namami ham tam. Shri Harim. Shri Harim. What is this Sri Hari? Shri is just like Mr. It is used to show the respect from the Indian cultural context. Shri. So and so person with the Shri they use. And if the ladies, married woman, then it is called Srimati. So Shri is common there in both the places. In the masculine and the feminine gender, it is to show the respect. General meaning. The other particular meaning is Shri means one who is the goddesses of wealth, that is Lakshmi, the spiritual consort of Hari, Vishnu, Narayana, and Hari, who is again Krishna, Vasudeva, Narayana. So I am bowing down to God Hari as well as his spiritual consort Shri, that is Lakshmi. So please bestow your blessings, both of your blessings, so that I can complete this work which I have taken, the work called Aparokshanubhuti. This prayer has been done by the greatest philosopher, greatest gnani, the knowledgeable person by Adi Shankaracharya. Why? To check the obstacles. And also, Hari, if you take the etymological meaning of Hari, what happens? The one who takes away all my prarabdha karma of the individual self or embodied self. And is Ishvara. One more adjective is told Ishvara. Again, from Indian cultural context, if you see, or from Hinduism point of view, Ishvara means immediately we say Lord Shiva. That is generally we have taken the meaning. But actually, Ishvara means who is the Lord of the universe. You may call Hari as the Lord of the universe, Shiva as the Lord of the universe, or Mother Goddesses, Kali or Durga, even them also as the Lord of the universe. So here also, Ishvara means it is not Shiva, rather it is to be taken in a general idea that he is the Lord of the universe. And also, according to the Vedanta here, the God doesn't have any form, but is the totality of the universe. Is the sum total of the universe is nothing but Ishvara. So here, God doesn't have any form, rather he is the totality of the universe. Total amount of all the energy existing in the universe is the total of it. Then why do we give form? Because for our convenience. If the God is formless, and if we can imagine, we cannot imagine. Why? Because the speciality and also as well as the limitation of the mind is without name and without form, mind cannot imagine it. So, to help us, our sages, wise people, they have created a form for gods and goddesses so that it will be easy for any spiritual aspirant at the beginning stage to start the worship of Lord with different god and goddesses. When I say immediately this idea, this statement, many people start asking, that means Hinduism, the Sanatana Dharma, is polytheistic philosophy? Or is it polytheistic religion? I say no. Rather, it is monotheistic religion, monotheistic philosophy. Then there are so many number of gods and goddesses. Then how do we address it? Or how do you reply for that question? Yes. According to Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, that people have got different temperaments. Based on their temperaments and based on their nature, they like different things. Some like pizza, some like burger, some like tart, some like just plain bread, some may like brown bread, some may like cakes, pastries, based on their nature, based on their character, based on their personality. So similarly, to cater the needs of people of different temperaments, different gods and goddesses has been imagined. Just like mind needs variety, because the variety is the system or the plan of creation. Every day the same food, if I give for anyone, people will feel bored. For change, let us have some different cooking today, different delicacy today. We say that we can't have the same food at all times, isn't it? We need a change. So understanding the human nature, Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism has created so many gods and goddesses based on the different types of temperaments. Based on my temperament, I like Hari, go ahead. No, based on my temperament, I may like Shiva, go ahead. Based on my temperament, I may like Ganesha, go ahead. Someone may say that Durga, go ahead. Someone say Kali, go ahead. So based on their temperament, they are allowed, they have got freedom to worship the same God in different forms. Whereas in the Semitic religions, they don't have this freedom of choice. Whether you like it or not, there is only one God and you have to worship him or her only, worship him only. Whereas in Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, there is a wide variety of gods and goddesses. Based on the temperaments, they can opt, they can select one of the god or goddesses and they can worship as their chosen deity. But the same God or the one God is appearing in different forms. That is the uniqueness of Indian philosophy that we have to understand. So Indian philosophy or Sanatana Dharma is a monotheistic philosophy and monotheistic religion. It is not polytheistic philosophy or polytheistic religion. And also, the one more adjective has been given by the author for Sri Hari is Paramananda, supreme bliss. How to understand this? It can be understood, this Paramananda, in two different things. One is, he is the nature. Who is Sri Hari? Is of the nature of supreme, everlasting supreme bliss. The happiness which we get from this in the material world, it has got a time and space limit. Today I am happy. Tomorrow I am happy. Day after tomorrow I may be happy, but after 3-4 days, it is not that I will be happy at all times. I may have riches, I may have name and fame, I've got power, position, but all times it is not that I will be happy, isn't it? It is limited in nature. Whereas the God's nature is of the nature everlasting supreme bliss. Means it is greater than the sense gratification or the sense pleasures, or it is greater than the happiness which we get from mind, which we get from intellect, which we get from emotions, which we get from any materialistic achievements. It is much more greater. That's why it is called supreme bliss, and it is everlasting. It is not bound by time and space causation. This is one meaning of Paramananda. The other meaning is one who prays to the Lord, one who worships the Lord, one who follows his teachings, and one who practices the teachings of Lord Hari. He also gets the Paramananda, the state of supreme bliss, which can be said moksha or mukti. And this Ananda is also called, it can be also understood from the sense of Purnatva, completeness, perfection. We want to be a complete human being. But the completeness doesn't exist outside in the world, rather, it is inside in myself. And I want to be perfect. I want to make the world perfect. I want to make the work perfect. I want to be everyone perfect we expect. But that is never possible because the world is a dog's. The world is like a dog style. When you try to make the perfect things outside, what will happen? Slowly, slowly, you will understand the limitedness, and the world was never perfect. The world is never perfect, and the world will be never perfect. You will understand it, and afterwards, you will become perfect. You will start becoming perfect. And when you will be perfect, the moment you understand who are you, then you have attained the perfection, the real perfection. This Ananda or Paramananda also can be taken in the meaning of completeness, the perfection. So Sri Harim Paramanandam and his Ishvara and his Paramanandam is over, and his Vyapakam is all pervading. Now I am in Dublin in D15 in Romith Gardens in Air Vedanta Society. Now, if anyone asks, is Swami Shantivratananda is in Phoenix Park of Dublin? No, he cannot be. Because since he is in a Dromith Gardens in Vedanta Society, since he is there physically, he cannot be there in the Phoenix Park. Or he cannot be in the Trinity College, isn't it? Or he cannot be in the Limerick, or he cannot be in the northern part of Ireland. Whereas, where the Lord is in the Dublin, yes. Is in Air Vedanta Society, yes. Is in Phoenix Park, yes. Is in Limerick, yes. Is in Northern Ireland, yes. Is in UK, yes. Is in India, yes. So is there everywhere? Yes. So there is no place where the God is not there. He is all pervasive. That's why we have to understand from this Vyapakam. And Sarvalokanam Karanam. He is the reason, is the cause, is the source of all the worlds, 14 worlds. According to the Indian mythology, we have got 14 worlds. The earth is in the middle, we have got above 7 worlds and below 7 worlds. And all these 14 worlds has been created by God, and that is Sri Hari. So the theory of creation can be understood by that one word, Sarvalokanam Karanam. Only we should know little meaning, and we should have a background of philosophy, then we'll be able to understand from one word we can go such a deep meaning. Now, how to understand that the God is the source or cause or reason for all the worlds? Here, that's what the difference between the Advaita Vedanta and the Darwin's theory of evolution. Darwin's theory is what? By its own way, the evolution happens. For that, there is no need of any external agency. It is a natural thing. The evolution of a being, evolution of the species is natural thing according to Darwin. Whereas the Vedanta says, or Vedanta doesn't accept Darwin's theory of evolution. Why? Because it says that it needs, according to Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, we need an efficient cause, an intelligent cause to make it happen. For an example, now I am talking through online. Through online, there's internet, and there's a phone, tablet, and some people may be listening through computer, some people may be listening through MacBook, some people may be listening through iPad, some people may be listening through the iPhone or any phones. So these are different instruments. And what is that has been used? Different types of matter. So all the types of matter which is used to manufacture this instrument, they are called material cause. But to happen, okay, and the material has been put in the factory in the particular mission, the mission produces it, fine. But to happen this, to occur this, some intelligent person, a human being, he has been invented, he has discovered, he has designed, and at least he has to press the button, start or okay, then only all these things happens. So there should be a founder, there should be a discoverer, inventor of the mobile phone, of the iPad, of the phones, laptop, so on and so forth. Isn't it? So, similarly, there may be different species. Yes, Homo sapien, the human being, has been evolved from the amoeba, no doubt, but it doesn't happen by itself. There should be an efficient cause, which is God, according to Advaita Vedanta. If there is a created, there should be creator. For example, a golden ornament has been created. It is a product, it is a created. For that, there should be a creator, that is called efficient cause, that is what? Goldsmith. The material cause is gold and the product is golden ornament, and the efficient cause is the God, the creator. And in the Advaita Vedanta, in the Semitic religions, God has, according to Bible, God has created the world out of nothing, probably which is against today's present day science. Law of conservation of energy and law of conservation of momentum, according to, definitely it doesn't go along with the biblical theory. Whereas even the dualistic school of philosophy and qualified monistic school of philosophy, of Indian philosophy, also they say that God has created with his power, he has created the world. Whereas the non-dualistic philosophy, the Advaita Vedanta, it says that the God is the efficient cause as well as the material cause of the world or for the world. This is a very unique thing. It is maybe a very subtle thing. It takes some time for all of us to understand. In the golden ornament, the product golden ornament, the material cause, the material which was used, the gold basically. So that is a material cause. The efficient cause or the creator is the goldsmith. So the efficient cause and material cause both are different for the golden ornament. For example, an engineer has devised mobile, he invented a mobile, he designed a mobile, he invented a mobile. The engineer is the efficient cause and he used some material, that is material cause, and the product is mobile phone or cell phone. So there is material cause and efficient cause, both are different. But whereas according to the non-dualistic philosophy, the Advaita Vedanta, this world is the product. If you take the material cause is called Maya and efficient cause is Ishvara, both are, it cannot be separated. Ishvara and Maya both cannot be separated. Just like fire and the burning energy. The fire and its burning both cannot be separated. So similarly, the Ishvara and his Maya cannot be separated. So material and efficient cause for the universe is God and God alone. Probably we get it from the Upanishad Taittiriya, Tat Sruštva Tadeva Anupravishat. After creating it, the God has entered the world. The God entered the world. So from this point of view, God is all pervasive. And probably we can take one of the best example is spider. Spider creates the web. The web is the product if you take. What is the material cause there? The material cause is the saliva which comes from the spider's mouth. Fine. Who is the efficient cause? Spider only. So the material cause and the efficient cause both are spider only. And also one more example we can take our dream. In my mind, oh, I had a wonderful dream. In my dream, I was a rich person. I had a millionaire. I was a billionaire. Had thousands of rupees, lakhs of rupees, and had a BMW car, Mercedes Benz car, and I was going and I was flying with a jet, my own jetter flight, all these things. But when my dream broke, I understood that I was dreaming. In reality, it was not so. Then how did the jetter plane came there? Was the jetter plane really existed? No. But I did perceive. Yes. The mind itself has taken the form of jetter plane. The mind itself has taken the form of jetter plane and as well as the experiencer. So like that, the God himself is the efficient cause and the material cause. That's what Nimitta Karana and Upadana Karana we say that. So from this one word, Karanam, Sarvalokanam Karanam, is the cause, is the source of all the words. We can understand such a huge philosophy in one word. Whereas science and scientists, empirical scientists today, they are only bothered, they are only interested about the matter. Whereas the spiritual science, and especially in the Indian philosophy, which is complete in its nature, it is also concerned about materialistic philosophy, materialistic inventions, and also as well as the spiritual aspect. One is material cause and efficient cause. It is bothered or it is concerned about both things. That's why Indian philosophy is all covering or it is complete. That's why dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all the four things has been included. Dharma is religion, religion is duty or godliness, duties, and artha is acquiring wealth, kama is fulfilling the desires, any type of legitimate desires, and moksha is emancipation. So all these things has been given in the Hinduism or in Indian philosophy. That's why it is very complete in nature. Because of spirituality, they never neglected the materialism or even world and its objects and its requirement. So the beauty of Indian philosophy and Sanatana Dharma is very complete in its nature. And when we say God is a Sushtikarta, God is a creator, we don't mean God is a person who has got a name and form and who is sitting above the sky, that means in the heaven, or in the particular place is sitting and is ruling the world and is creating the world. It is a preliminary or primitive idea in religion or in philosophy. According to the non-dualistic philosophy, the God is all-pervasive. There is no place where God doesn't exist. That is the reason in Hindu traditions they used to worship water, they used to worship fire, they used to worship earth, they used to worship air. Why? Because air god Vayudeva, fire god Agni Deva, for earth Prithvi Mata, Mother Earth. Because in all the five elements, gross elements by which the whole world has come out, all behind that, the God is there. Because God has God has created and He has entered in that. That's why there is a divine principle, divinity or God in everything. That's why they used to worship. What a beautiful philosophy. But unfortunately, many of us, we are not knowing. Just like the gold is all pervade, it is pervading in the entirely in the golden ornament. The God is all pervasive and is pervading in everywhere in this world or in above the worlds or in the entire universe. And one more last word of that particular sloka is upadeshta. Here the author is worshipping the Lord as a guru. He is worshipped, he is considering Sri Hari as the Guru, as an Acharya, as a teacher. Because he is the bestower of spiritual knowledge after all. And he is the first teacher in the parampara, in the lineage. And also, we can consider our gurus also as our chosen deities. Also, from whole Guru parampara can be seen also. Now, going to the next sloka, before going to next sloka, let me give a pause and probably you might get some question like, why should we study Vedanta? What is the beauty in it? What is the use in it? What is the benefit in it? Does it give money? Does it give bank balance? Does it increase bank balance? Will I be healthy? Will I be cheerful, hale and hearty? So on and so forth. For that, probably I'll give an example which happened in the life of Swami Turiyananji, the apostle of Sri Ramakrishna. He was a monastic disciple of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was very young, probably he was maybe 16, 17, 18 years old before coming to Sri Ramakrishna, or just he had started coming to Sri Ramakrishna as teacher. And he was voracious reader and used to read a lot of spiritual books and philosophical books. And he was very much interested in the non-dualistic philosophy in the Advaita Vedanta. So he used to read Gita, Upanishads by himself because of his interest, perseverance, dedication, commitment. So he had studied according to the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic school of philosophy. The Brahman alone is real and all others are appearance, illusory appearance. So he had read, he had tried to understand, he had tried to discuss with other wise people also. One fine day, in Calcutta, which is a part of India, he had been to Ganges to have a holy dip. He was taking bath, he was bathing there. Immediately, there are hundreds of people were bathing in the holy water. Immediately, few of them, they started shouting, "Oh, there's a crocodile, there's a crocodile, there's a crocodile." What will we do? Immediately, we rush towards bank to save our lives because crocodile may catch and it may eat. We'll become the food for the crocodile. So the moment there is a crocodile in the Ganges, hundreds of people who were bathing in the river, holy river, in no time, everyone was on the banks. Even the Swami Turiyananji, Hari Prasanna, he also came to bank by running. But just a moment, after a few seconds, he started thinking, what foolish thing I did it. Hare, every day I'm studying in my room that Brahman alone is real and everything else is appearance. And Brahman alone is real and everything else is appearance. And I am that consciousness. And no weapon can destroy me, no fire can burn, no air can dry, no water can wet me. And if at all happens, all this, it happens to my body and it doesn't happen to me because I'm consciousness. And because someone shouted that there is a crocodile, immediately I keep running. I came running to the bank. That means still I am not convinced that I am that Brahman. Instead, I am thinking that I am body and mind. What a foolishness. He thought and he went back again. He went back and he continued his bathing in the Mother Ganges, in the river Ganges. Some people felt astonished, dumbfounded. Some people felt, okay, probably he has a madcap. Some people felt he has lost his senses. And some people felt, okay, he's maybe very fearless. He doesn't fear for crocodile. That's the reason he went back to have the bath, so on and so forth. Such an amount of fearlessness, from where did it Swami Turiyananji, for Swami Turiyananji as a Hari Prasanna, young boy as a Hari Prasanna, from where did he get it? Because of Advaita Vedanta. The fear of death, which is the greatest fear for every being, this can be conquered by studying Advaita Vedanta, by knowing my real nature, by having a firm faith that I am that Brahman. Then I will lose the fear of death. And also, I may get a lot of problems in my life. I may get a lot of ups and tides, failure, success, good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, unhappiness. All these things are bound to come for us. It is part of life, no doubt. To face all these things and to keep going, to march ahead, to march forward, this Vedanta helps. And this Vedanta will also act as a shock absorber in our life. That's all this byproduct. I mean, it is Vedanta doesn't mean for all these things, but all these things happens. So that's the reason we have to study Advaita Vedanta. Now, let us try to go to second sloka. Aparokshanubhutirvai prochate moksha siddhaye sadbireva prayatnena vikshaniya muhurmuhu. Aparokshanubhuti. That means self-realization, immediate realization of the self. Why? Expletive. Prochate is spoken of in detail. Moksha siddhaye, for the acquisition of final liberation from the bondage of ignorance, of course. Sadbihi, the noble-hearted man who is pure in his heart. Eva, only. Prayatnena, with all efforts. Vikshaniya, should be meditated upon muhurmuhu, again and again. In a gist form, in a nutshell, Anubandha Chatushraya, 4-factor has been discussed by the author. Now, I told you, why should I study Advaita Vedanta? The fourfold factors, why should you study Advaita Vedanta? What are the use? They are saying, the author himself is saying that moksha siddhaye, to get liberation, to get emancipation, to get nirvana, moksha, mukti. emancipation, liberation, realization, we should study Vedanta. That's the reason you have to study Aparokshanubhuti, and that's the reason you should listen to my Tattvabodha lectures and also Aparokshanubhuti lectures. On the lighter side, of course, I'm telling. Probably if you who have heard my Tattvabodha lectures, you will be able to remember Anubandha Chatushtaya, fourfold factors. The Indians had a very beautiful way of starting the book. In its inception, at the beginning of the text, any text, they used to tell these four folds, four factors. What is? One is Adhikari, who is qualified to take the study of this book, or who is qualified to benefit from this book. Whether I am a fit person to study this book, whether I am a fit person to take the study of this book, whether am I prepared enough to get the benefit from this book. The book is very good, no doubt, but am I ready? For an example, first or 7 or 8 years old boy, in general, I mean to say, if you give a book on calculus and if you ask him to study, definitely he will not be able to understand because he is not ready. Adhikari, who is fit person to study, they had to tell in the beginning of the book. The author is to tell. And the second is Vishaya, the subject matter of the book. What is the subject matter of the book? I may be qualified person to study this book, no doubt, but what is the subject matter? Based on that, I will pursue or I will continue my study. For an example, Harry Potter. Some of my friends, they told that, oh, the book Harry Potter is very nice, it is very interesting. We started reading and we couldn't close the book. After listening to their opinion, perceptions, I did start Harry Potter book, but after a few pages, I felt I'm not interested in this. There's no interest for me to study Harry Potter's book. I left it. There's a reason in the olden days, the Indian authors used to tell or state in the beginning of the book what is the subject matter of the book. So based on the subject matter of the book, the person is to decide whether I should continue to study, pursue my study or reading this book or not. The second is, what is the relationship between the text and matter? That is what Sambandha. And the fourth is Prayojana. Prayojana Manuddishya Mandopina Pravartate. Without having any benefit, even fool doesn't take any work, doesn't take any action. So what is the benefit of studying this book? This book, I am fit person to study this book. The subject matter looks like is interesting. I understood what is the content of this book, no doubt, and what is the relationship between the text and the matter, no doubt. But fourth is, by all this, what I am going to get, how I am getting benefited, how I am going to get benefit, that should be also told. Based on the benefit which I am going to get, I will discuss and I will decide whether I should study this book or not. Now, this one word we will take, Sadbihi, a beautiful word, pure in heart. Satpurusha, Sajjana, if we can give a synonyms from the Sanskrit words. One who is noble person, one who has got good heart, one who is moral, one who is right, one who is good. So like we can see. But it is here when you say that noble person, that doesn't mean that he is only good person. Because many people may be good people. They doesn't harm people. They are good. They try to help people. They try to be good. They try to be moral. They try to be truthful. But they may not be studying in philosophy. They may not be interested in philosophy. They may not be interested in moksha, that is emancipation. They may not be interested in your Advaita philosophy, the non-dualistic philosophy. So it is very important. One should have a desire to study Vedanta, and one should be capable also to take the path of Vedanta. Isn't it? Just like for an example. Now, I wish to take the master's degree. To take the master's. I desire a lot, no doubt, but I am not qualified. Why? Because I have not done my graduation at all. I don't have graduate degree, then I may have interest, I may have got intense desire, very strong desire, but I will not be able to take the master's. I'm not eligible to pursue my master's degree because I'm not eligible. And someone is eligible to take master's because he has finished his graduation, but he's not interested. He says that, okay, no, study and learning, school, I mean, college, studying, all this is enough. Let me go and work and have my bread and butter. This is enough for my study, enough of my study. So though he is capable and is eligible to take master's degree, to pursue master's, but he is not interested. So one is interest, desire to learn or interest to learn, the other is eligibility to learn. These are the two things which is very important. So when we say Sadbihi, pure in heart, the eligibility has been told by author in this one simple word. I always on the lighter side jokingly, T and C apply. Terms and conditions apply. When you say any document signing, there will be the terms and conditions apply. And it goes sometimes few sentences, few paragraphs, sometimes 1 or 2 pages. Because of lack of patience, and generally we don't study, we don't read all of that. Okay, I accept terms and conditions and I sign. Or we tick in the computers, we tick and we go ahead. T and C apply, terms and conditions apply. So similarly, why many people, they want to take the spiritual path, they try to take the spiritual path, they try to take the non-dualistic philosophy or path of religion or religious path, but everyone doesn't get moksha, emancipation. Everyone is not well established in spirituality because T and C apply, we have forgotten. Either the eligibility, the preparedness is not enough in our life. That's the one problem or one lacuna, one defect maybe, or he may have the preparedness, but there is no intense desire. So here Satpurusha or Sadbihi means matured people, we means to say. Is a good-natured person, and at the same time, he has got a desire. Is a good-natured person, and at the same time has got intense desire to liberate himself. For intense desire for liberation, for emancipation. So according to the Advaita Vedanta, is a good person but is not interested in emancipation. According to Advaita Vedanta, is an immature person. Then who is a matured person? Who is a good person? Who is a noble-hearted person? At the same time, he has got a desire for emancipation, desire for liberation, desire for getting everlasting bliss, supreme bliss. He is called mature person. So this meaning can be taken in the word Sadbihi. Means who is adhikari, who is fit person to study Aparokshanubhuti, one who is pure in heart. Pure in heart here means pure in heart or pure in mind we can take. And from especially Westerners, and who has studied Western philosophy in detail, and who doesn't have proper or less knowledge about Indian philosophy or Indian way of thinking, then immediately the question comes for all of us that why the good thing is brought here. One should have a desire to study Advaita Vedanta, I understand. One should be eligible to study Advaita Vedanta. Okay, he should have some basic knowledge, I can understand. Why this morality, ethics has been brought here? Because good nature means it is something to do with ethics, morality. Because in Indian religion or Indian philosophy, the religion and morality, philosophy, spirituality, all of them go hand in hand. There is no difference, fundamental difference between religion and spirituality from the Indian context, from the Indian philosophical context. From the Western civilization point of context, from the Western philosophy context, religion and spirituality both are different. Theology and morality, they are different for many of them. But in India, religion and spirituality both go hand in hand. They are not separate things. Similarly, theology and philosophy are also not two different things for Indians and for Hinduism, for Indian philosophy. So morality and philosophy should go hand in hand according to them. That's why when we say Sadbihi, pure in heart, is a matured person. He has got a desire to know oneself. He has got a intense desire for liberation, and at the same time is capable to take this path. Means one who is pure in heart, one who is noble natured person, one who is truthful, one who is pure, one who is clean in his thinking, in his ideas, in his thoughts. Such person is called Sadbihi. You will see. Just in one word, the Sadbihi, so much deep meaning has been hidden. And technically, when we speak, the Sadbihi, the second meaning is one who has got Sadhana Chatushte Sampanna. One who is Sadhana Chatushte Sampanna means one who has got fourfold qualifications. Again, if you remember my Tattva Bodha talk, you'll be able to understand 4Ds you can remember. What is that? Discrimination, Nitya Vastu Vivekah, dispassion, Iha Amutra Palabhogadi Viragah, and the third is discipline, Samadhi, Shatka Sampatti, and the fourth is desire. What type of desire? Desire for liberation, desire for emancipation, desire for self-knowledge. One who has got these four prerequisites, he is called Adhikari. He is the fit person to study Advaita Vedanta. Such a person is known as Sadbihi. Then Prayatnena. Okay, I am noble person. I have got a desire, no doubt. Fine. Then can I get liberation? No. You have to do struggle. You have to practice the Advaitic ideas. For example, I am hungry. Fine. I am eligible to eat. Because if I have got a full stomach, I am not eligible to eat. So I am hungry. I am eligible to eat. I have got a desire also to eat. Okay, then since I've got a desire and eligibility to take food, to partake the food, let the food come. Oh, let the food come to me, let the food come to me, let the food come to my table, let the food come on my table. If I do japam, will it come? It will not come. I have to work for it. Probably if there is rice or lentils and vegetables, I have to take them, wash them and cook them, and I have to prepare food and I have to take using the spoon or whatever, and I have to put into mouth. Then if it goes inside, then my hunger is quenched and my desire is fulfilled. I have to do all this action. Otherwise, simply I've got desire and I've got eligible, it doesn't come. So I'm a good-natured person, no doubt, and I've got a desire, intense desire for liberation. Then will I get moksha? Will I get mukti? Will I get emancipation? If you ask, no, you have to do prayatna. In the Tattvabodha class itself, you said, Swamiji, the realization is not attainable, just like attaining the worlds, attaining the worldly matters, attaining the worldly things. The moksha, the realization is not attainable according to the non-dualistic philosophy. Yourself, you've said. Yes, you are right. It is only for, here again, prayatnena, with all efforts, emancipation is attained means the ignorance has been removed, ignorance has been destroyed. Because already I am that, I am not going to get any new thing, but rather it is only by prayatna, by self-effort. What happens? The ignorance has been destroyed. Just like there is a sun and the clouds. Yesterday in the Dublin, we had a very good day. Sometimes rain, sometimes sunlight, sometimes rain, sometimes sunlight yesterday. So, and sometimes it was cloudy. When there was a cloud, the amount of light was less. Then do you say that, or can we say that there was no sun? No, sun was there, but clouds had covered. So the moment the clouds have disappeared, the clouds went away, then we were able to see the sun and we were able to get the good sunlight. So similarly, the self-knowledge is, the self is self-luminous, but unfortunately, it has been covered by the thick veil of ignorance, ajnana. So ajnana has to be removed, ajnana has to be destroyed. For that, we have to do prayatna, we have to do self-efforts. Why should I attend Tattvabodha class? Why should I attend Aparokshanubhuti class? Why should I do self-control practice? Why should I practice meditation, japam, devotional singing, all these things? All these things is just nothing but to remove the ignorance of self. Ajnana nivrutti hetu. They are all reason, cause for destroying the ignorance or to remove the ignorance. Prayatnena. And vikshaniya muhurmuhu. Again and again. Okay, today I heard your Tattvabodha class or Aparokshanubhuti class or any Vedantic class, 1 or 2 class. Is it enough? No. Again and again, you have to keep on hearing to this type of talks. You have to keep on thinking, cogitating, meditating on self. What is self? What is self? What is self? Again and again, again and again, again and again. Oh, how much again and again? Till you realize I am Brahman, till you realize yourself, who are you in reality. Till then, you have to keep on hearing, you have to keep on meditating, you have to keep on thinking about the nature of the Brahman, nature of the self, or nature of the Atma. That is what Muhurmuhu. Vikshaniya should be meditated upon. The Vedantic meditation is different from the devotional meditation. So here they are saying about Vedantic meditation that we have to meditate. Nididhyasana. We have to meditate on the self. What is self? What is the nature of the self? What does it mean Sat? What does Chit means? What does Ananda means? All these things we have to set. We have to meditate. To meditate, we have to understand, isn't it? What is Sat, what is Chit, what is Ananda, what is Brahman, etc. For that, Prochyate. Yes, we know that you have to know all these things. So, is spoken of in detail. In the forthcoming shlokas, let me discuss, let me explain all of these things in detail. And also, Aparokshanubhuti. What is self realization? What is realization? What is self realization? And why do we need it? And how can we get it? How do we attain it? All these things are discussed, explained in detail in the forthcoming shlokas. So, here, Anubandha Chatushtaya, the fourfold factors has been told in very nutshell in this second sloka of Aparokshanubhuti. This is the beauty of Indian authors. In the beginning itself, they used to tell who is fit person to study, who will be really benefited from this study, and what is the subject matter of this book, and what is the relationship between the text and the matter. Third is, and the fourth is, what I am going to benefit by the study of this book. How beautiful, rational, systematic, and scientific approach, isn't it, my dear devotees? And in the forthcoming classes, we shall try to understand about Advaita Vedanta in detail. And if you have got any comments, please let me know. Is it okay? Let me go. You want me to go like this in detail, or you want me to take like in Tattvabodha, just in outlines I had given? Is it enough? No, I think because you got introduced in the subject, I can go a little deep. I was thinking, let me have your comments and let me have your opinions and perceptions. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.